Is sustainability something you'd like to incorporate into your daily life? For many universities, sustainability is a major initiative, but it's hard to get full campus participation. We hope to teach you a little bit more about sustainability education and awareness in this video. First, let's talk about ways to be more sustainable. Global warming is real, and the facts support it. So what is global warming? We can describe it in a simple way. Our planet's temperature is quickly rising, and if we don't do something about it, there can be serious consequences for our future generations. Most people attribute rise in CO2 levels as the main reason for global warming. So what can be done? It can be a scary thought. Simply be conscious. Every decision we make has a direct effect on our carbon footprint. Remember, if levels of CO2 continue to rise, so does our temperature. It's the main reason for the greenhouse effect and global warming. Some actions are very obvious. We can choose to recycle or ride a bicycle. But have you ever thought about how our food choices affect the environment? On campus at USD, 52% of CO2 emissions come directly from beef. Yes, beef. How is that possible? As we can see in this chart, beef and lamb have by far the largest CO2 emissions per calorie of food. In other words, eating beef is bad for our planet. Each calorie of beef consumed emits over 3 times more CO2 than 1 calorie of chicken. We need to be more conscious of the consequences of our choices. If we want to improve USD sustainability efforts and reduce the university's CO2 footprint, we must educate the student population and work with them to change behavior towards a more sustainable lifestyle. So how do we do that? First, sustainability must be included in the curriculum. In the business school at the University of San Diego, it is required to take 2 credits of corporate social responsibility electives. You can also elect to have a concentration in CSR. While this is great for the business school, it leaves out a large group of students. This is where having an Office of Sustainability dedicated to the topic is essential. Having the office requires buy-in from key stakeholders at the university. That way the office can create campaigns with the support of the university to run them. Getting campus influencers involved ensures that the campaign will be supported, made a priority, and it overall increases the participation. These influencers range from university executives to even the Greek system. Another important factor to creating a successful sustainability campaign is to make participation easy. If you want students to participate, you have to make it simple for them. Any campaign that requires too much effort will not be sustainable for the students. To make it easy, they also must be fully aware of the campaign through social media, email, and campus-wide promotion. Through research, we found that there are 5 steps to changing any behavior. The first is pre-contemplation. This stage is where we've literally never even thought about needing to do something. The second is contemplation, where you start feeling like there's a need to participate. And the third, determination, you start mentally preparing yourself for action. The next stage, the most important transition, is into action. This is where we start doing something. The thinking is over and acting begins. The last stage is maintenance. This is the final stage, which involves the continued behavior. This is the hardest stage out of them all. One of the reasons that people fail at maintenance is because they use the same strategy that they use to initiate the change as they do to maintain it. This leads us to believe that campus-wide strategies should have 2 targets: non-participants and participants. A non-participant needs to be educated on sustainability so that they can move from thinking about sustainability to participating in it. A regular participant needs resources regularly available to them so that they can keep up their sustainability routines or even add to them. Next, we also found that research shows that it takes 66 days to create a habit. The prefrontal cortex of your brain controls this process. Sustainability campaigns must be long enough for students to form lasting habits. How do you track sustainability? Once you have identified the campaign you'd like to implement for your university, you must determine how you will measure the campaign for success. Tracking the campaign with pre- and post-audits, as well as surveys and compiling data, are great ways to measure various components of sustainability. There are a few immeasurables to pay attention to as well, like the general attitude on campus and participation. These can most likely be tracked through surveys and interviews on campus. Once you have the results, turn them into action. Analyze your findings, pinpoint opportunities, and really understand your university so that you can identify the best sustainability initiatives. To summarize our video into 5 points, know your university. Identify opportunities to make your campaign more sustainable. Create a strategy and gain support from key stakeholders. Track your initiatives, and last, turn your results into action. We hope you enjoyed our video.